Hello guys, my name is Evans and welcome to these two video tutorials. In this series I've been looking at the 2016 specimen papers, and in the last video I did questions from the 2016 specimen paper 3, and I'm just starting to look at now questions from the 2016 specimen paper 2, and this is going to be quite a lengthy paper, not video, but a lengthy paper to do. In that I've decided to split this paper, rather these tutorials, into about 4 parts or so, um, because of the nature of the parts that is expected of us to demonstrate or to do. Um, this task, we have document production, and we also have let's see, we have document production, then we have database, that is database reports, this is access, and we have labels as well. I think I'll do this in one video, and we have mail mage later. I'll do this in another video, and we have presentation, which I'll do in the last video. So I'll have about 4 videos that I'll do in this series for the 2016 specimen paper 2. And so I encourage you just to follow these videos step by step. I will try by all means to finish this video in the next let me just say in the next 1 week. I should record all the 4 videos or so. Don't be discouraged when you find this one and then you don't see another section. Just know that I'm working on that. Right, so without wasting much of our time, I did download the files that I needed to work in this paper. So these are all the source files that I need to work with in this paper, and then I have my question paper as well. Okay, so let's go straight into what is expected of us. So you work for a company called Stars Cars. You are going to perform some clerical tasks for this company. So for reports, the following paragraph styles must be used with only the attributes specified in the house style specification sheet. And then you have these attributes that are there. So this is the house style specification sheet. You have your title and the fonts, you have sans serif, 24 points, center aligned, subtitle, and so on and so forth. So don't forget about these specifications that we have here. We are going to come back and actually work on these, but just know that we have the title, we have subtitle, we have subheadings, and we have body text, and these are the attributes that we're supposed to these styles are supposed to have. Okay, so Star Company is a company that imports cars and needs to keep in contact with these distributors. At the top of each sheet of the company letters, Star Cars must have their company name and a suitable logo to represent the company. So when designing company documents, you may wish to add further enhancements to present a professional appearance for the company. So documents must be easy to locate in the filing system. Alright, so that's the scenario that we have, and we go straight into task 1. So task 1, evidence document. So open the file s16 evidence.rtf. Make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of your evidence document by placing these details in the header of the document. So I'm just going to go back to my source files and open S15 evidence. Okay, so I'm going to open this one with Office. Right, so this is the evidence document that we have, and this is where all our evidence work is going to go, our screenshots and all. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go back to the question paper. Say we need to make sure that our name, center number, and candidate number appear on every page of the document. So this has to be placed in the header. So careful, this has to be placed in the header and not in the footer. So I'm going to go on insert, and under header select blank 3 columns, and I'm going to put candidate name here, Chikasa Evans, and ZM55 as the center number, 556, as well as the candidate number at the end, 001. Yeah, 301. I always use these details in all my videos so that we keep um, the consistency. And where am I? Okay, there. Um, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is okay, so save your evidence document in your work area as evidence followed by your candidate number. For example, evidence 9999. Okay, so I'm gonna save this as save as, and then I'll browse to my work area, which is the same place I am, and I'll save this as evidence, then the candidate number at the end, and I'll click on save. Okay, so close header. Right, so you will need the evidence document during the examination to place your screenshots. Sorry about that. Got my interactive board. Sound is just way too much. Let me just reduce this. Alternatively, let me just unplug the cable, the USB cable from there. Right, thanks. Right, so sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So what I want to do now is to go to the task 2, document production. You are going to edit a document about the development of a new port. Okay, so using a suitable software package, load the file s16port.rtf. So I'm just gonna go back to my source file and then load s16port.rtf is this file, and open. Right, so that's the file that we have there. So I'm gonna go back to the question. Says set the page size to F4 and set the page orientation to portrait. Okay, so let me just go back to Word. Okay, so this is the file that we have, and you can notice just by looking at the file it has got different text, some fonts. This is like Arial 14. Check, this one is Arial 12 font size. So you've got a document that has got different font types inside, and so you have to be very careful when you work with such a document, okay, that consistency is maintained. And I'll show you just in a while what I'm talking about. Okay, when you have a document that's got different font sizes within it, you must be very careful that you check that when you apply font sizes, it is actually consistent to consistent with the other fonts. Okay, so let's set now the page size to let's set the page size to let me just verify. We set the page size to F4 and page orientation to portrait. Now guys, I must confess here that I'm kind of having some struggle a little bit because my internet is not my internet, but my computer is sort of in the background doing some stuff. Let me just close some applications just so I can maximize the resources that I have. I'm trying to record this video on a very high definition, so to say. So I'm just closing some applications so that I don't necessarily have to okay, right, so I hope this is going to at least work on some minimize the use of the resources. Okay, if it doesn't work, I'll come and shut down. I'm kind of downloading something in the background, so it's kind of taking long to respond. Sorry about that. Right, so I'm gonna go on layout and go on page setup, and I'm gonna change my paper to A4 and the orientation to portrait. Okay, that's what we were told. Let me just verify. Okay, so paper size to A4, orientation to portrait, and the margins on step 2 must be set to 2 centimeters across the board. So I'm gonna go back here and go to the margins. I'll put 2 centimeters there, 2 centimeters there, 2 there, and 2 there. Okay, so just select and hold press tab key on the keyboard, and you can just type in what you want. Right, so am I supposed to get evidence document? Let me me just verify if I'm supposed to. Okay, so evidence, place screenshots of page size and margin settings in your evidence document. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here and click OK. Now what is supposed to happen, guys, is that you're supposed to get the evidence. Now to get, there are two ways that you can get the evidence of paper size or margins. For example, for paper size, I can come here and capture this screenshot. So the key area is F4. Okay, and then for margins, I can come here and let's see and capture this one. Okay, you see that this is the custom setting. Okay, but I always say the better one is to go for this one. Okay, where you get this one and then capture the paper size here, F4. So I'm gonna get a screenshot of this and then place it in my evidence document. Okay, let me just say okay and come here and place this in my evidence document, paste it there. You will need to crop these images, guys, so that this is more visible. What we are interested in is just this page setup window, the background and the Word document in the background. We are not interested in that. So what we're just interested in is this one here. But for the sake of time, I'm not going to crop this. I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so but you in the exam, you need to crop this so that this central part here is actually visible. Right, so I'm gonna go back and get evidence of the margins. So I'm gonna go back here and go to margins. Now you see here evidence of orientation and evidence of the margins is on one screen. So I'm gonna get a screenshot of that and go to my evidence document, and just underneath here I'm gonna paste that one here. Again, you need to crop this so that you just have the page setup window. All right, so there we go. So save the document in your work area, use the format of your software package, and give the document a new name. So in other words, we are working with Word, so we're supposed to save this actually with the format of Word, okay, which is a document file. So save as, browse, and in the same area where you're working, I'll change the type to Word document. Don't forget that it should be saved to the format of the file type you are working, or the application software package rather that you are using. So in this case, I'm using Word, and I know that Word, the extension is of Word documents, supposed to be the type of file supposed to be Word documents. So I'm gonna rename this as S16 port, and I'm just gonna say edited. Okay, so let me just not say edited, let me just put my candidate number at the end, 00001. Okay, and say save, and you get this. Just confirm that you want to change to the newest file format and say okay. Next step, step 3, enter in the header your name and candidate number left aligned, and your center number right aligned. So I'll come back here and go to insert, and then header, and then insert blank 3 column. Now guys, may I say here that sometimes people say that it's better you just double click in the header there, and for example, you just double click there and then you put in the header. Well, you can put in the header like that, but in some cases you are required to have these aligned to the margin. And so it's, take for example, if you had to type right aligned, okay, you had to type something at the end there, whatever you typed, can you see that it is not aligned to the margin? It is leaving some gap at the end there. And this is the mistake that I have noticed in many ICT papers that students submit in, when you're told to align something, to make sure that it is aligned to the margin, and you find that you can't really have it aligned to the margins because you are using custom like you're just typing the text and trying to push this one, for example, pushing it closer, and even when I'm tapping spacebar on my keyboard, I can't push this further or closer to the margin. So guys, don't be in a hurry to do this one unless you are very sure that what you're being asked for is actually what you're doing. So I'm gonna go on insert, and I'm gonna go to header and put blank 3 column. Now what blank 3 column does is that automatically the first part of the text is going to be aligned with the left margin, and the right part of the text is going to be aligned with the right margin, and it's very useful to put headers and footers in that way. So left aligned, my name Chikasa Evans, and my candidate number 0001. Right aligned, I'm gonna put my center number as ZM556. In the middle, I don't have to leave this. Remember, these are professional documents that we are creating. You can't just leave, type here, this one here, type here as it is. I mean, this is a professional document, for God's sake, that you are creating. So you need to delete this part, right? Like that. So that looks beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the question paper, and so enter in the footer automated file name left aligned. Now you must be very careful here. It didn't say automated file name and path. It just said automated file name. Okay, and insert today's date right aligned. So I'm gonna go back to my document and go to insert it. This time I'm gonna insert a footer. Again, I'll choose blank 3 columns for the sake of the alignment, and I'll go, just click there and go to quick paths and go to field, and then just hit F on your keyboard for the first letter for file name, and you'll see that file name will appear. Alternatively, you can scroll down, but it's a waste of time. So just hit F, then select file name there. Remember, don't add path, okay, because you've not been told to add the path. Okay, so just say okay, and you'll see that the name of the document will be there. Right aligned, we are told to put a date, so just click on date and time, and I love this one. It's beautiful. Sunday 10th April 2016. I'm just gonna put this one there. Right, so I'm gonna delete this one as well. I don't need it. Okay, next step, make sure that all the alignments match the page margins. Remember, this is what I was talking about, guys. So if you had to go working like where you just double clicked on the header and or the footer and then you typed, it won't be aligned with the margins. But check this one, it is very much aligned with the margins. Check the other one as well, it is very much aligned with the margins. This is beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. Okay, so we've made sure that all our text actually matches the margin. The header, the text in the header and the text in the footer is actually corresponding to the margin. Make sure that the headers and footer are displayed on every page. So if you go back, this is my page 2, go to page 1 and you see that you have your header and your footer also displayed on each page. Okay, so like I said, guys, here and there you will see my word not responding. It's because I'm doing something in the background, and it's kind of using so much resource, and but I hope we'll be able to work without really major concern. Right, so create or edit these paragraph styles to be applied to the text in the document. So refer to the house style specification sheet for details on these styles. Now the house style specification sheet is actually the one that was just at the beginning of the document, and this is what we're supposed to have. So style is supposed to be title, whatever. So I don't know if I can put these pages or these windows side by side. I don't know if it can work out. What I want to do is okay, well, I can be flipping switching in between the windows here and there. Alternatively, have a hard copy of the question paper and I can just read out what I have there. But guys, take note of what we have. So I'm gonna go back to here, and so we're supposed to first of all edit the title. So title style is supposed to be sans serif, 24 points and center aligned. So come back here. So guys, your styles are actually here. So you see here it's written styles. Okay, so these are the different styles that you have: heading, normal, subtitle, title, no spacing, whatever, and these are the different styles that we have. So what we're gonna do is to just edit these styles. So I'm gonna go right click on a style, so it's title, and go to modify, and then under there, and then we need to set up now what we have to say. So one, we need to pick up a sans serif font, and if you don't know what a sans serif font is, I encourage you to just Google the difference between sans serif and serif font. Or alternatively, you can watch another video that I did. I think it's one of the videos I did, the 2015 October-November data analysis video. I did thoroughly explain the difference between sans serif and serif font. Okay, so I'm gonna go for 24 points and then center aligned, and it has to be sans serif. So I'm gonna come back here. I'll make it 24 points, and then I'll make it, this is already a sans serif font. Okay, and I'll make it center aligned. Okay, there is no other thing that is supposed to be done, so I'll click on OK. So already the title has been set. Okay, we've modified the title. Next, we need to modify a subtitle. So a subtitle is going to be sans serif as well, 18 points, italic, underlined, and right aligned. So wow, this one has got some couple of attributes. Nevertheless, I'm just going to go there. So go to style, and then subtitle is this one. So I'm going to right click and modify. So subtitle is going to be 18 points, I think, 18 points sans serif. So it's already sans serif, just need to make it 18 point, and then make sure that the text is black. Okay, and then it has to be right aligned, it must be italic, it must be underlined. So let's just verify that. Okay, so it must be sans serif, we've done that, 18 point, done that, italic, we've done that, underlined, done that, and right aligned, we've just done that. Okay, so let's go back there. Okay, so done. Okay, sans serif font 18 pt, it is italic, it is underlined, it is right aligned. That should be fine. Say OK. Next, we're going to set the subheading. Okay, so subheading is supposed to be sans serif as well, 12 points, single line, 12 points, single line spacing. Okay, please guys, this is very interesting here. Okay, let's it confuses you. Say, but what is the font size for the subheading and stuff? It's supposed to be 12 point, and it's supposed to be single line spacing with one clear line space after a subheading. I'll quickly demonstrate what I'm talking about here. Okay, so suppose this was a subheading. Okay, and so it is going to be 12 points. Okay, line spacing, but a clear line spacing after each subheading, which means the space between this one here and this one here, this space that you have there, is supposed to be a single line spacing of 12 points. Okay, so guys, take note of that. Okay, lest it confuses you and say, but Mr. Chikasa, oh, Chikasa, by the way, is my surname. People may begin to think, but who is Mr. Chikasa now? I'm Evans Chikasa, so Chikasa is my surname. And you don't get confused when I do that. So let's go back here and edit this one. So let's go here. This is supposed to be a subheading. So you have a heading and you have what, and the other thing, guys, that you can do is that you can define these headings or these styles as you. So you can say create style, okay, and then create, it's supposed to be a subheading, okay, and say modify. So this subheading that I want to modify, it has to be 12 points, it has to be sans serif, so I'll maintain calibre right. Now it's important that when you are using sans serif font, you maintain the sans serif font throughout, and the serif font that you are using, you maintain it throughout. Don't change. Here you use Comic Sans, there you use maybe calibre, there you use whatever. Just be consistent with it, because remember, this is a professional document that you are creating, so you must really be consistent. It must look I almost said it must look attractive. It must look professional, so to say, right? So color should be black, of course. Let me just verify. We have sans serif, okay, 12 points, single line spacing with one clear line space after each subheading or after a subheading. So I'm gonna go back here. So it's 12 point here, and I'm gonna go to format and go to paragraph, and it must be single line space, but it must be 12 as well. Okay, because we wanted to assume the line spacing that is in between, the spacing that is in between that. So it's a single, I don't know, a single line spacing, the actual size, it could be a 10 here, but I'm not sure the single line spacing, the size after that, but a 12 wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so I'll just say 12, and I'll before I click OK, I want to verify if there is anything. So 12 point single line spacing with one clear line space after a subheading. So one clear line space, so after subheading we have a single space, and I'll say OK. So, and I'll say OK here. I don't know if is it supposed to be center aligned or anything. Nothing. Okay, just say OK. So we've defined for subheading, and you'll see that it will come here as subheading. Okay, Okay, so we've defined title, we've defined subheading, we've defined subtitle. We need now to define body. So body is supposed to be a serif font, 10 points, 1.5 line spacing. It's supposed to be fully justified with one clear line space after each, okay, each paragraph. So I'm gonna go back here, go to, there's no body here, so I'm gonna define a new style, create a style, and I'll call it body. Okay, body text, and I'll say modify. Okay, oh, okay, so there is body text that is reserved, so I'm just gonna create body underscore text. Okay, or alternatively I can just say body. It's still fine. Okay, so there you go, body. So what I want for this one is that it should be 10 points, and it should be a sans serif font, so I'll make it Times Roman, and um, it should be 1.5 spacing. It should be fully justified. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here and make it fully justified. This one here, justify, and then go to format, then paragraph. Line spacing is supposed to be 1.5, and I'm gonna make this one 10 pt. Okay, because of what we have there. So 10 pt, that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, so just verify before I hit OK. Okay, so serif font, 10 points, 1.5 line spacing, fully justified, and clear space, one clear space after each paragraph. Now guys, may I also say here, this is very important guys, by default Word is actually set to don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. Okay, but this one guys is very crucial. What this means is that if you have multiple paragraphs, let me just go back here. Suppose this one is a paragraph and this one is a paragraph, and I have rather this one is a paragraph and this one is also a paragraph. In other words, I have multiple paragraphs in under one heading, so to say. So what this does is that when you say don't add space between paragraphs of the same style, okay, of the same style, which means for example, the style that we have defined is body. Okay, body, and if I say don't add space between paragraphs of the same style, or the text that is going to be formatted with the style body is not going to have text in between the paragraphs. Okay, so what we want is after each paragraph, remember the question tells us that after there should be one clear space line after each paragraph. So if you don't check this one, if you don't uncheck this one like this, you are not going to have spaces after each paragraph in your body text. Guys, this is very important. I'll repeat what I'm trying to say here, guys, that if you have multiple paragraphs and you're going to apply a style, one style to multiple paragraphs, this is supposed to be unchecked if you want to have some space after each paragraph. Okay, so for example, I'm going to have some space after each paragraph of 10 points. Okay, now it's very important that you uncheck this one, because if you don't uncheck it, you literally saying that you're going to have no spaces in between the paragraph. So after each paragraph you don't have space. Okay, sometimes it can be before a paragraph you need to have some space, so you need to be very sure that you understand the question fully. And ICT is very interesting, guys. Once you understand the question, it's easy for you to really put out the answer that is required of you. But if you misunderstand the question, you'll be doing the wrong thing, and in the end you're going to get wrong results. Okay, so I'll uncheck that and say okay, and say before I say okay to this one, let me just verify one more time. So serif 10 point 1.5 fully justified and clear space after each paragraph. So justified 10 point sans serif, and the other one is done. Okay, so let me just say okay. So I'm gonna go back to the question paper. Okay, so we're done with that step there that asked us to do that. That was step 4. Now we just need to show evidence of the details of your definition of the body text paragraph style in your evidence document. Now body text is the one that we just put the style as body, the last one that we just from editing. So I'm going to go on style. So the body is this one. I'm going to go on modify, and this is what is required of this one. So you have this one, and then you also have this one. These are the two things that we modified under body. So what I'm gonna do is just put this one this side, okay, and get a screenshot of this. So I want these two windows to be there, because what I want from here is evidence that I've changed my spacing after each paragraph to be 10 pt, and my line spacing is actually 1.5. okay, this is important. And on this other window, what I'm looking for is that I've applied to a style called body, and I have I have applied justified and whatever. Now guys, may I just say something here? Let me just say okay. Let me just say okay. If you go back here, the style is supposed to bear the name body text. Okay, so may I just come back here and modify the name? Sorry about that. Modify the name to body text. Remember, I did attempt to type body text and it told me that it was already existing. Probably it's because I tried to work through this paper beforehand. So I'm gonna go, what I'm just gonna do is to put an underscore and say body text, okay, and say okay. So I'm gonna go back here now, and before I do that, let me just put this here, and then go there and paragraph, and then drag this there. So these are the two windows that I want, and I'm just gonna print screen there and say okay. So go in my evidence document and screenshots of body text style definition. Let's push this down, and I'm gonna put it just down here, paste. So like I said, you need to crop the outer parts. What we just want is these two windows here. So I'm gonna go back here. I've shown evidence. Step 5, insert a blank line at the start of the document and enter the title doc facilities at port paypad, not paypad. Yeah, doc facilities at port paypad. So I'm going to go back here at the start of the document. So I'm going to go to the document, scroll up. Okay, now this is where it's gonna take some time to respond. There you go, not responding. Okay, just scroll up. Come on. You can do it. Let me just try to close this, guys. Otherwise it will attempt to yeah, let me just close this. Come on, what's your problem? Okay, let me just use my task manager and force it to close. Okay, so Firefox, it was using a lot of memory, and just force it to close. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is to what did I want to do? Okay, so put let me just copy this, guys, for the sake of time. I don't want the video to be too long, so I'm just gonna copy this, but you're supposed to type that. Okay, so let me just go back to my desktop, refresh my computer a couple of times, and then go to my Word document. So at the start of the document, which is this one, guys, let me see if I missed something here. Did I skip any step? No, I did not. I did not skip any step. It looked different to document. Alright, so at the start of the document, I'm going to paste what I copied. Okay, just paste it there, and I've been asked in the next step to apply the style title style. Okay, so title style is this one here. Just click on it and you'll see that you come on the center. Next, step 7, below the title, add report by, and then add your name. So I'm gonna go back here, and just below here I'll say reports by, and then I'll put Chikasa Evans, and then I need to format this, apply the subtitle style to this text. So I'll go back here, double click on this, let me say triple click, and go to format it as subtitle. You'll see that it will be formatted as subtitle. Next, after the subtitle, format the rest of the document as body text into 2 equally spaced columns with 1 centimeter gap. Okay, so what this means is that this text, which is supposed to be the text of the body, is supposed to be formatted, okay, as so I'm going to go on layout and then columns, then more columns, 2 columns, and then spacing 1 centimeter, and say okay. So you have this as that. Next, apply the body text style to the rest of the document. Okay, so the body text style, the one that we just created, and we need to apply it to the rest of the document. So I'm just gonna go on home and then apply body text. Okay, now guys, here I want you first of all to just hold for a moment. I explain something. Notice that the whole text is highlighted, right? But when I hover my mouse over the body text, I expect every text to be changed to 10, to the size 10. But you see that some text is kind of larger than the other text, and some text is way too small. It is supposed to be small, but it's kind of, so this is very important, guys. What you need to do is just go ahead and click there, and you see that some text is going to show that it has been, the text has been applied. I mean, so you see that, for example, this one is 10, then check this one is 14. Okay, remember what I told you initially, that when you have text in a document that is inconsistent, where you have some text is larger than the other, some text is this, some text is that, you need to be very careful that you manually make sure that that document is consistent. It would be irrelevant for you to present this document, let's say, to a company where you're working, say this is your report that you did. Some text is too small, some text too large. I mean, it won't look nice, it won't look professional, and I can guarantee you either be put on probation you'll be put on probation to see if next time you're going to produce such a document. Okay, if you are working for me and you produce such a document and give to my clients as a report and stuff, I'll definitely put you on probation, and if you continue giving me such documents, I'll fire you. No apologies. Right, so what you're supposed to do, guys, is actually to double click on the text that you have. So select this text and manually apply the body text, and you see that it's going to be there. So select this one as well and click on text. Select this one, click on body text, scroll down, select any other text that is there. So select this other text, click on body text, and so right, so from there I think I should have all the text is now highlighted, and it is now under body. Guys, this is very important. Unless in the exam you get stuck and say, but why is this text like this and this other one like this? This is what it's supposed to do, right? Right, so let's go. Question paper. Step 11. In the left column, before the first paragraph of the document, enter the subheading, a major region report. So I'm just going to go there, right click, copy this, and go back here. Just there, right at the start of the document, I'll go up there and paste in that. Okay. Okay, so next, identify all subheadings in the document and apply subheading style to each one. Okay, so this is a subheading. Okay, so remember in step 11, this one that we have entered is actually a what? A subheading. So it should be part and parcel of the subheadings that we are going to identify in the document. So I'm gonna double click on that one. It's a subheading. This one is a subheading. Let me see. This one is a subheading. So just hold Control key on your keyboard, and this one is a subheading as well. This should be a subheading. It's on its own as well. Should be a subheading. This should be a subheading. Okay, so let me just verify that I have all the subheadings that I need. Okay, so just 1, 2, this one, 3, 4, 5. There's no more subheading here. 6. I don't know if it's excellent connectivity. If excellent connectivity is actually a subheading, is it a subheading or is just a continuation of the text from the previous, rather from the other column here? I think, yeah, this is attractive too. Okay, so this one, you find this sentence is incomplete and it comes and completes on the other page, rather on the other column. No, it is a subheading, because this one you have a full stop here at the end of page 1, dedicated rail sidings, and then there you have at the beginning connectivity. Excellent connectivity is a subheading, so just highlight it as well. So guys, it's very important that you are very careful. Don't be in a hurry to identify the subheadings. Okay, so because of that, I need to apply the subheading format. Okay, so just put subheading, and we see that all this the text is going to be given subheading. So next, find the table s16 export.rtf and insert it at the end of the document. So I'm gonna go back to my source files, and then I don't know if it's this one. Let me just verify. Yeah, s16 export.rtf. It's a rich text file, and right click it and go to open. Okay, right, so what I'm gonna do is just copy this. Okay, select it. I want to copy the table. Am I, how come my menu is not showing up? Okay, so guys, I want to copy the table, but my menu for some reason is not showing up. What I'm gonna do is actually to just use control C on my keyboard to copy it. Okay, it is supposed to show me when you right click there, it is supposed to show me the menu. Okay, it's also that. So there is on the keyboard also a menu button there. I've just clicked on it on the keyboard, and the menu has popped up. This is the menu I expect to have when I right click on my mouse. But alternatively, I could have just copied with Control C on my keyboard. So I'm gonna go back here, and we are told that we're supposed to put insert it at the end of the document. So I'm going to go back to this document and scroll down to the end of the document. So the end of the document is supposed to be, now for some reason, I don't know why this document left some space on this paragraph and opted to split the paragraph in in that. I don't know why, because page 1 is fine, it is filled up. I expect that before we shift to this other column, this is attractive too, it should continue on this page because there is so much space here. So I don't know why, for some reason it has thinned. So let me just, guys, highlight my whole text and find out if my under paragraphing, I think line whatever, my window and orphan control is on, but for some reason I don't know why this one is supposed to be there. So it's so I don't know for some reason why this has gone on to the other side. I don't know, guys. If I figure out the way, I mean, why it has decided to go on to the other side as opposed to because what I'm looking at currently is the fact that before a column actually before this would go into a column. Or alternatively, what I can do, I'm just going to do this just as an experiment rather. I'm just going to make this back into a single. Okay, so this one is not supposed to be on its own like this, guys. These are orphans, I think. I don't know if it's a widow, but it's supposed to be pushed to the next line. Okay, just check also that you don't have a sentence that is hanging on its own there. This is what orphans and widows are all about. But I'm just so surprised that it actually failed to this actually failed to fit on one page. Let me just go there and go to columns. Now this is, you're not supposed to do this. I'm just trying so to make the text so if it were in one column, I'll bring it back to two columns. If it were in one column, it ends there. Okay, so if it was two columns, just go there, make it two columns and make it one centimeter gap. It still comes back to the same thing. Okay, guys, I think I won't push or force myself to really work on this, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. How that this has actually pushed this to the next line as opposed to having it in one column. Okay, so it's not supposed to be that way. So at the end of the document is actually this one. So I'll press enter key once, and I have some text coming this side. Okay. It'll work out. Guys, it's like the moment I pressed enter, some text came to this side. So I presume that the moment when I put some text here, down here, when I put my table, it is actually going to push part of this text which is up here, and it will be pushed this other side. So let's go ahead and paste our table. As you can see, that the text has been pushed this side furthermore. Okay, so it is fine. Okay, so let's come back here. So we've inserted the table, so we make sure that the table fits the column width and apply body text style to the text in the table. Guys, this is important. Sometimes some tables that when students bring them, when they paste them, the table extends and fits maybe this area from here, and the table just protrudes the marginal bounds. The reason is because you need, first of all, to put your cursor at the end of the sentence there and press enter key, so that the next whatever stuff you're going to put there. Let me just undo this one, guys, and I show you what I'm talking about. You put your cursor at the end of the sentence. What happens is that when I press enter key there, like that, the next thing that I type will take in automatically the formatting of the previous text. So in other words, the margins, everything will fit in. Even the text, when I type, you'll see that it is of the same text, font size, whatever. It is just everything the same. So this is very important, guys, that you do that if you want to make sure that whatever you paste there, it is of the same margins. Okay, so I'm gonna paste that like I did, and then come back here to step number 15. Merge the cells in the top row of the table across the 5 columns. Okay, and then format only this row to be center aligned and underlined. Okay, so I'm gonna merge these cells, right click. For some reason, I don't know why I'm not able to right click. I don't know, guys. I'm not able to right click, so I'm going to trust my keyboard key, okay, for menu. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a setting I disabled somewhere or what. So I'm going to go and merge cells. Once I merge the cells, then I'm going to go on make it okay, guys, we did do one thing. We're supposed to apply this one, step 14. I'm sorry about that, we should have skipped this one. Apply the body text style to the text in the table. So let's come back here and just select the table and go to home and apply body text, and your table should look something like that. Yeah, so select this one and then center it and underline it. Okay, so just verify that it's supposed to be center aligned and underlined. Next, step 16, apply light gray 20 to 40% shading to only the top 2 rows of the table. So that means here, this one and this one only should be applied to the shading. So in order to do the shading, just come here. This is shading. Click there and then hover your mouse over these figures, and you will see that as you try to hover your mouse there, you get this is 15%, and hover this one, this is 25%. That should be fine. 25% should be fine. Next, step 17, set all borders of the table to be visible when printed. So I just copied the table. All the borders are already visible, so I don't need to set the borders to be visible when printed. Okay, sometimes when you paste, depending on how you pasted, sometimes you can paste with the formatting that was this table was existing with on the other page, and it will come with the table. Sometimes it can just come with the text without the borders, but you need to put the borders later on. But I love to copy and paste together with the formatting that existed on the previous table. Okay, so step 18, import the image. Okay, import the image S16 ship.jpg. So we're going to resize this image to a height of 3 centimeters, and we maintain the aspect ratio. Where this image is supposed to go, it's supposed to go on the first page, just below the subheading, a major regional port, and it's supposed to be aligned to the top of the first paragraph, and it's also supposed to be aligned to the left of the margin. So what this means is that just at the beginning of the document, just after this regional port there, just at the beginning there, without even pressing enter key, I just put the cursor at the beginning of the northwest region, country, whatever, and then I go to insert, and then picture, then browse to my files. S16 ship is this one, and then insert. Okay, so you see that the picture is going to be inserted there. So the next, we're supposed to provide do some formatting. We need to set the height to 3 centimeters and maintain aspect ratio. Okay, so let's do that. So right click there and go to what are we doing, size and position. Then go to size, it's supposed to be the absolute. Make sure that aspect ratio is locked. If you don't lock aspect ratio, when you change the height, the width will remain as 8 and the image will be distorted. So change it to 3 and you will see that the image would automatically change its height together with its width. Okay, next, the image is supposed to be placed on the first page. That's true, we've done that. The image is supposed to be below this one, we've done that. The image is supposed to be aligned at the top of the first paragraph. Okay, the image is supposed to be aligned at the top of the first paragraph. I think we've done that. And then the image is supposed to be left aligned to the margin. We've done that. And then we make sure that the text wraps around the image. So comes here, we come here and right click and then go to text wrapping and select square. Square is the one that makes the text to wrap around the image. Okay, so you see that the text wraps around the image. The next thing it's supposed to do is to make sure that it may look like this. You just need to make sure that the text is aligned with the top of the first paragraph. This one here, the text is aligned to the top of the first paragraph. Just come there and just click the text, the image, and try to drag it a bit down there. You should get these green boundaries that you're saying. It shows that the image is aligned with my margin. It's perfect, it's green, and it's aligned with the top text in the first paragraph. It's also perfect. Okay, so that's how you can know that your image is aligned there. If your image was out of place, let's say your image was like that, okay, it is left aligned, but the image is not where we want. It must be aligned with the paragraph. It must be aligned with this paragraph here. Okay, so you drag it down, and as you drag it down, you can see how it is moving. So drag it there and you see that I get a green boundary left aligned, and I get a green boundary top. It is aligned to the paragraph. That is perfect. Okay, so next, use the information in the table. So this is what the text will look like, the image, and you have the text being aligned together with the image, just like that. Perfect. So use the image in the video, rather in the image in the information. What am I talking about? Guys, guess I'm tired. I'm beginning to read and seeing things that don't even exist on the question paper. This is good. Right, so step 19, use the information in the table that you placed in your document to produce a bar chart showing the actual export compared to planned export volumes. You may need to take the data into another package to produce the chart. Okay, so you may means you can produce using Word, or you can produce using using another package. I prefer using a different package and then just coming and copying and pasting it there. So if you come here, we're supposed to use this data. Okay, we're supposed to use this data to produce a table. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just get the last two values there. Why the last two values? Because these ones I know. This one is an axis. This is, for example, year. This is 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. So I know this is an axis. I know this is going to be the title, maybe the title of the chart or anything, and then these are the values. Okay, so instead of getting the whole values of this, I can just get or I can get these, just these three. Okay, copy them. Did I copy? Let me just get them. For some reason my right clicking is not working, so I'm just gonna go there, then copy this, and then I'm gonna create the chart using Excel. It's very good for charts stuff. So I'm gonna paste my work there. I have the years and what. So while it's even selected, I'm just going to go to insert and then insert a chart of that type. It's supposed to be a chart of that type. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be a chart of that type. Now the values that I need for the chart are these, actually just these two. Go there and insert that. Okay, so this is the chart that we're, so let's go back here. So the chart should display vertical bars. We're done with that. Step 20. The label the chart with the title car export volumes. So I don't know why it's highlighting all the things. I don't know what's happening with my computer today. So I'm just gonna go car export volumes. Car, is that the title? You can write something that doesn't exist. Car export volumes. Car export volumes. Okay, as my title. Next, category series labels fully displayed. Okay, so if I click on this and then go to there, my data labels should be fully displayed. In fact, my data labels are already there. You can see that I have the 60,000 there, and what I don't need the legend, so I don't need this planned actual. I don't need that. Okay, and then I don't know if I need the grid line. The grid line, okay, looks good. It makes it easy for you to read the values. Okay, and then the axis, I need them. Okay, the axis, I need them. So under axis titles, let me just verify the title. The axis titles as numbers of car, that is, and then year. So year is the x-axis, and then number of cars is the y-axis. How do you know? If you come back here, you notice this is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, okay, which is corresponding to that. So what I'm going to do is just click there and go to axis title and just put there, and you see that this is axis title, axis title. So I'm just going to click there and say year. This is year, and then click there and say number of cars, number of cars. Just double click there and say number of cars. Okay, next thing, check, this is supposed to be this is supposed to be the category series. Labels must be displayed in full, so I don't need to have what I have here, for example 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to have the years. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to just go on double click on this space here, on here, just double click anywhere around between 1, 2, 3, 4. Just double click there. What's happening? Can't seem to select. Okay, there you go. Double click there and then right click and go to select data, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, select data, and then you'll see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then say edit. Okay, so edit, now you need to provide a range of the years that you have. So you can click there and drag all the way there. Okay, that will be fine. You'll see that the years are going to display there. Or alternatively, what you can do is to type in the years manually. So 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. Okay, this 1020 2010. Okay, this is another way of doing that. Okay, but the easier one is just really to select which one you want to be the range. So I want that one, and just drag and drop there and say okay, and you'll see that it will be there, and I have okay there. So I have this chart. Okay, so the next thing that I need to verify, okay, so I have the the title of the chart, the category is displayed fully. I have the figures this side, and I have the years this side, and I have the axis titles as well displayed, number of cars as well as the year there, and that is perfect. So what I'm gonna do is just now to copy this and then come and paste it in my Word document. Okay, so let's just verify there's any other step that we've done. So place the chart at the end of the document after the table, resize the chart to fill the column width and keep the aspect ratio. So this is very important. So it's a similar thing that we did with the other one. So what I'm going to do is just put my cursor at the end there. So make sure that it is actually there. So just paste there. Okay, just paste, and then my title is there, my chart is there. So what I'm going to do is just verify also, just verify that okay, just verify my diagram is there. Let's just verify that the chart fits the margins. You see, as you can see, the chart is within the margins, and this side the chart is within the margin, and that should do it perfectly. Next, we're done with step 21. So we're supposed to do some spell check and proofread the document. I won't do proofreading for the sake of time, otherwise the video is going to be very long. So I'll just do some spell check. So I'll hit F7 on my keyboard. Now the first thing that you encounter is this word that has occurred several times in the text: peppered, 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 peppered. And I want to believe this is not this is a name of something. So a noun cannot, it can be also a word that is not English. So don't start looking for an English word to replace this. Okay, you are told that the name is supposed to be peppered. Okay, so don't change anything here. So to save yourself time, instead of just saying ignore, then you go to peppered, again ignore, then you go to peppered, then ignore, there are a lot of them. Just say ignore all. So all peppereds will be ignored. Now the next thing is, you notice, is 11 km long. Okay, now the thing is that you're using a number as a standalone. It's actually weird actually to use a number in text and just leave the number as it is in between two texts. And then this 11 km is just like referring to if it was like 11 km, it would have made sense. The text would not have been highlighted, but 11 km doesn't make so much sense. So what I'm going to do is just hit on change, so that you have a hyphen in between 11 and kilometer, to just make it like this is one single word. Okay, so the other thing that we need to verify, so we're done with the spell checking. We need to make sure that place page breaks if necessary, to ensure that the tables do not overlap two columns of width. So if you come here, before you even go there, let's just check there are no widows or orphans, there are no blank pages and stuff. So just come here, highlight the whole text and go to paragraph, and then go to line spacing and widow and orphan control. So just click this one. Okay, so I don't know why these other ones are sort of they're not supposed to be like that. Okay, so I don't need these other ones. I don't know why they were selected for some reason. So I just need orphan control to be on. Okay, what this is going to do is that if there is text that is existing, let's say a sentence that is existing in the last part of the document on its own, it's going to be pushed to the next part. And then if there is a paragraph that is existing, the beginning of the paragraph is existing on its own, let me say, yeah, the beginning of the paragraph is existing on a page, at the end of the page. For example, if the beginning of the paragraph was the only one here, the only text here, then it needs to be pushed to the next line. Okay, and then also if the end of the paragraph, let's say the end of this paragraph was ending in this single line here, there was no this other line here, it was just ending in this single line, then we would need to control that as well. So that's what orphan and widow control do. Okay, so Okay, so we're done with this one. Save and print your document. Make sure that you've entered your center number, candidate number, and name on your document. It's very important. And there you go with your 29 marks, and I'm sure you should be able to get your 29 marks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and print this, and just say okay. Okay, so just go ahead and print this. I'm not gonna go and print this. I don't need to stick it. Oh, maybe let me just print it. You know, sometimes these things. What am I printing? No, no, guys. You know, I've printed something wrong. I'm printing the question paper. Can you imagine? I'm supposed to print the document, the Word document. This one, that I'm supposed to print. Now, when I'm printed ahead, the question paper. Okay, this is funny. No, don't print. Let me just stop my printer from printing the question paper. It's not right. My printer almost. Okay, so there you go. So I'm just gonna hit on print on this one, and then it'll be printed to there. But the other thing, guys, that I've noticed that there's some space here. Check that there's space here. Just make sure that there's no blank spaces there. Okay, it's not good to have blank spaces. Just check that there are no blank spaces. Yeah, just check that they verify there are no blank spaces. Okay, the document looks a little bit okay. I'm comfortable, I'm content, except that this line here, it's kind of, you know, there's this line, this one here, but it's still fine. Okay, I don't think it's so much of an issue. Still fine. Okay, still fine. I think the other issue could have been that I put this one. Yeah, so if it is like that, no, why should I even modify this? It's fine perfectly just like that, guys. I'm gonna have to stop this video. I must say this video has been quite a long video. 1 hour 6 minutes is quite lengthy. I'm sorry for some of you guys who would really find this video quite long, but this video had a lot of steps that we had to do, and I had to take time to really explain some of the stuff there. I hope you found it informative either way, and I pray you subscribe to my channel and continue liking this video, continue sharing them with your classmates, your friends, and recommend this channel to somebody. You never know what it may do to them. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll start to look at data manipulation. Right, so see you in the next video, guys.